Korthagen refers to Aristoteles' concepts of episteme and phronesis to explain the differences of the meaning of theory. Epistemic theory is a theory with a big T. If a teacher-educator offers epistemic knowledge, he uses general conceptions applicable to a wide variety of situations. This knowledge is based on research. And secondly, the phronesis, that's a theory with a small t. More often the students need knowledge that is situation specific and related to the context in which they meet a problem. The character of phronesis is more perceptual than conceptual. Episteme aims primarily at helping us to know more about many situations, while the emphasis of phronesis is mostly on perceiving more in a particular situation and finding a helpful course of action on the basis of strengthened awareness. Phronesis is more procedural knowledge, the knowledge about how to do something. And if you have a problem, you can... I have another story, and that's from a child program, and it's a very fun young man with a hat, and he has a bookshelf. And at the bookshelf he puts several things, and he invites his friends and he asks them, there can be different animals, which one is which one will be thrown away, which one will not be here. And they have different suggestions, so say for example the fish, no, it will be the bird, and so on. So he said yes, well, no, that's wrong, because in the thing when you generalize to something, he wants to win, so he will cheat them all the time. The professor, when you think about this kind of way, Korthagen has another example, and it's about a lady who is the teacher, and she is running the math lesson, and she thinks she's got a problem with one of the children. It's a young boy, and she asks him, well, what would that be? And he say 49, and she said, no, it will be 41. You are wrong. But she doesn't ask him, what is the way you're thinking? How can you solve this? And then she hasn't learned anything, and the boy's self-confidence has dropped to 0. And what Korthagen is referring to is the Gestalt level. The student teacher should first gain more experiences that are suited to developing adequate gestalts. Such experiences could, for instance, be tutoring of a single high school student as a first field-based experiences for student teachers, and audio-video recordings commented. And that can be transferred to what we have, the clinical supervision that we have out in the clinics, that they can have the audiovisual recordings that they can discuss with their clinical mentor, or bring back to the institution for commentary in the student groups. If you think about the theoretical elements offered by the educators, it should have the characteristic of phronesis more than those of episteme. Any episteme that is not connected to already existing phronesis will not change the practitioner very much. That we have to deal with suitable theories. Theory is suitable in our work performance. Even as a student teacher gradually develops his or her gestalt into schemata and finally into sound theories, level reduction should take place within the student teacher before any attained theory level is able to influence split-second behavior. This means that in the end, the theory in the student teacher's mind should itself become a gestalt that is a dynamic unity intertwined with behavior in a certain type of situation and no longer needing much conscious reflection. The theory, the episteme, must be useful in clinical practice phronesis. It is no wonder that theory in the traditional academic sense can only have a limited place in pre-service programs, commented by Korthagen. Still, it is an important place, as phronesis is to be considered of higher quality if it's fed by episteme. So far what Korthagen explains is that the phronesis comes first and then the application to theory. A new role for the teacher education. Korthagen, he explains a four-step solution where you have to create suitable learning experiences for student teachers in which they can develop adequate gestalt. And secondly, promote further awareness and reflection in student teachers on their experiences, thus developing more elaborated gestalts and schemata leading to phronesis. For example, own and recent experience teaching situation. And thirdly, offer theoretical notions from empirical research in such a way that these notions at a specific moment for specific student teachers help their phronesis one step further, i.e., that they start to perceive more in the specific and the similar situations and are able to act upon their heightened awareness. The latter implies that the teacher-educator must not only offer theoretical elements but should have the competency to train the student teachers in acting in a productive manner. And that is very important also for the young speech-language pathologist, and that we all have during our whole life as a speech-language pathologist within the profession. The realistic approach focuses on a more concrete level, that is, the specific concerns, questions and problems student teachers take with them to the Institute today on the basis of yesterday's experiences in the school. This implies a much greater flexibility and more limited possibilities to pre-structure the program. And he can ask, well, these were the experiences, what do you yourself think, what do you suggest? Feelings, concerns and values and so forth should be taken into account. This opens up a whole array of necessary teacher-educator competencies. For example, the competency to create a safe learning environment by means of acceptance, genuineness and empathy. and here he refers to Rogers in 1969. The ability to stimulate concreteness is another very important competency, and it is the tool by which differentiation within the Gestalt is promoted, leading to schematization, different schema. Confrontations should not be avoided, but a balance between safety and challenge is needed in order to make the confrontation effective. And that is always to listen to your students and see how much safety and challenge they need. It can be individual, and it has also to be on how many how far they have gone in their education. And most important, it's very important that you don't have very as we say in Swedish, ditsättarmentalitet, that you are punishing your students and say, well, now I want to hear what you're going to tell, please. Or other things like not giving enough information about different tasks. It's much better to say, to be very honest and say, what are the ways you're thinking then? Can you develop it further? And the very important is that is in a feeling of brotherhood, a brotherly balance between safety and challenge.